Good fun, isn't it? Yeah. G'day again, John down under tunage here in beautiful, sunny, warm Melbourne, Australia. Not. Yeah, we're about 11 degrees and cold and windy and whatever, so I've only got this sort of gear on just to show some respect to you in the Northern Hemisphere, where there are a few heat waves going on. I was watching the bikes last night and they were in their 30s, so it was pretty hot, but here it's not so good. But I just want to throw together a quick video on some finds we've been getting. And I better take these off because I won't be able to see what I'm...
Don't forget the cameo, Arnold the Bat's cameo.
That's Mrs. D's Arnold the Bat that we named from one of the 7-inch singles we found by the Disappointments. I think I showed that in an early video. I hope we did. Because that's where Arnold came from. Yeah, coincidentally, my daughter bought it from Sydney, was it?
Yep, Toronto.
She was at a zoo in Sydney and thought of us, so that worked out really well. In terms of records, right. First one, compilation, Hot Chocolate's Hottest Hits. Speaking of hot. And, what do we got? Started with a Kiss, Girl Crazy.
Long Live Earl.
Yeah, Mrs. D's a big fan of hot chocolate, so this turned up pretty cheap. So yeah, what else have we got? Oh, of course, Heaven's in the backseat of my Cadillac. Oh, how can you not want that song? But there, yeah, a bit of stuff from Hot Chocolate. Next, a bit of a step back in time. Sonny and Cher, the best of Sonny and Cher. And the beat goes on. We got onto that from, there's a band here that were called Globos, and they had a song called Tintorella de Luna. They only had 2 7-inch singles, and they also did a version of that, which was they did a really good version of it. But this is obviously the original one where it would have come from, and Sonny and Cher. And back in the, whoops, there goes the Sonnies. And back in the old days, we also had a bit of Rolling Stones, and this is another compilation. Yeah, the big hits one, and a Circular Fisheye, which of course had interest for me. And this has also got the classic track on it, Paint It Black, which is probably one of the few songs we like from the Stones, isn't it?
Only song that
probably the only one. Yeah. Oh, I'm So Hot. What's that one again?
No.
That's a good song too. But yeah, Paint It Black and Circular Fisheye, so that was a nice clean copy too, so that was a good one to find. And for 99 cents, I ended up winning 4 Rita Coolidge albums in Japan. Probably cost me $20 to get them posted, but I get a lot of Marie Callas records from this seller, and I just sort of thought I'll just throw a bid in for this just in case. And yeah, so 4 records for 99 cents American. Can't argue with that. So we've got...
Is she the one with the
all about
amazing hair?
Oh, she's beautiful hair. Yeah, so yeah, all about Rita Coolidge. Yeah, original Japanese pressings with obies. And Rita Coolidge from Tokyo. And a Rita Coolidge album from Sounds Capsule series. And the album Satisfied, which I've got that on I can't remember if it's an Aussie press or another. I've got another version of this as well, but that's another one of Rita's. So yeah, 4 of them for $1. Can't argue with that.
I think I've got it mixed up with Alison Durbin.
She was the Australian one with the really long hair. Yeah. But yeah, Rita's lovely. Yeah, she's a really good singer too. And also from Japan is Holy Diver from Dio. I used to have this on cassette way back in the day, probably 1983.
Long Live the Horns.
Oh, absolute classic. Yeah, it's got, we've got a program on Triple R that's called Respect the Rock, which is, I think, Thursday, 2 o'clock, and it's Nicole Tadpole, and she always has a go at Holy Diver. And, absolute classic that is. And, it's one of the funniest videos ever, isn't it? It's such a cheesy, cheap video where he's wandering around in a church and stuff. But yeah, Dio and Holy Diver, it's a must-have. So I was happy to get that. And some early Cabaret Voltaire microphonies. What year is this? Do you know, Dulles?
Early 80s.
Very early 80s, yeah. So that was a good one to find. And some more Aussie stuff, indie, the Stems, and yeah, the song the album At First Sight. What's it called? At First Sight, Violets Blue, I think it's called. And yeah, that was At First Sight was one of their good singles that you might be able to find on YouTube if you want to look it up. So yeah, Aussie indie and the Stems.
You're obsessed
And then,
with those indie bands.
I like them. Yeah, they just that's what I grew up with. So yeah, this is Scribble, which is Joanna Piggott's band, and this is like a compilation and very hard to find. Yeah, I couldn't believe I got this and at a decent price too. And yeah, she had the song. What was that song? Silly Girl, Silly Girl. Da, 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 da. Yeah, really good. But yeah, this is a sort of like a best of, and yeah, very tough one to get. Then we get into a bit of the hip-hoppy rap stuff, and Public Enemy takes a nation of millions to hold us back, and yeah, really good stuff. And yeah, I was called Truck D at school before these even were thought of, so there you go. So I should claim copyright on that because that was my nickname at school. Don't know why, but yeah,
Your cricket.
Chuck D. Well, I didn't throw, so yeah, that's subtle, but yeah. So that's yeah. Bit of Public Enemy. And yeah, some for Mrs. D, the soundtrack lady. And this is Don't Look Now. What do you know about this? Not much.
It's brilliant.
Beautiful, yeah, beautiful.
Well recommended.
Red vinyl.
Amazing twist. Beautiful red vinyl.
Yeah, yeah. So Don't Look Now. Yeah, we had a seller that had a couple of sort of very alternative type, sort of more modern releases
Those
of
that
ones.
know.
Yeah,
Donald
so
Sutherland, yep.
there you go. So there's Don't Look Now soundtrack. And another one of them is, oh, look at this for a cover. It's really heavy.
Tenebrae.
And yeah, which is a Dario Argento, wasn't
Italian.
it? Yeah, and that's another one on coloured vinyl, but is really heavy. Like I had to put it in a special sleeve because it's so thick. It's almost like a book. And that's a die cut cover as well. So yeah, we picked that up. And then yeah, when I was buying me stuff from Japan, I sort of saw this in there and saw a couple of the artists on it and went, oh, that's worth getting. This is a soundtrack for Storm Riders, which I think is a surfing film. I've never seen it, but
sure is.
It is? Right. Oh yeah, and look at that. Blue vinyl.
Isn't it lovely?
Yeah, EMI blue vinyl. And yeah, you do get a Split Ends song, but you also get a Church. Yeah, you got Hard Act to Follow by Split Ends. Life Speeds Up by the Church is on here. And yeah, what's the other one we had? Yeah, a Little River Band even. So I got a Little River Band track in my collection because yeah, Cool Change is on this as well. So yeah, this is cheap. It's like $2 or something. Nobody really was bidding on it, so why not? And another one of the ones Mrs. D's into, Keith Emerson.
Oh, absolutely.
From Emerson, Lake and Palmer, isn't it? Yeah, Inferno soundtrack. Beautiful cover. Look at that. Sort of from the skull to the.
If you like your horror cinema, that's a must get.
Well, there you go. Yeah, so. And guilty to say we haven't spun these yet, but we hope to.
Oh, well, I know the music. That's
right, yeah. So there you go. So yeah, Inferno from Keith Emerson. And a little bit more sort of fun, or whatever you call it, was this. This is a redo. Was it Music for Monsters?
Oh, love it.
And of course, yeah, Mrs. D's into all that. And this is a
yes.
repress. Apparently, the original thing came out now. Our birth year, which is 64, and yeah, it's a coloured vinyl. Which I should show it because it doesn't. The sort of papery sleeves that they have.
Must have classics.
Sort of a bit.
Outer limits.
What do you call it? Vomity green. Look at that. Yeah, nice. So,
Swampy moss and monsters.
Yeah. So that's the vinyl. So what do you got on that? What other
From
songs
the
have we
Addams
got?
Family theme, the
Oh, of
Monsters.
course, yeah, that's
It's the Monsters, sorry, yeah.
that's one to have.
All
Yeah, the
classics.
Munsters theme. Yep.
Must
The
have.
Addams Family, of course. Creature Under the Sea. Bewitched. So, yeah, going to be good listening, isn't it, this one?
Series, yeah.
Yeah. So, what is it called? Monsters, Munsters, Mummies, and other TV themes. So, yeah, good one to pick up that. And, yeah, one of my favourite bands in the shoegaze era was Slowdive. And this is the album Souvlaki. And the this is a music, what they call music on vinyl repress. I think the originals would be worth zillions, but this is yeah, one for the shoegaze collection. So Souvlaki from Slowdive, and then a few 12 inches to finish, and we have the utterly brilliant Vanity 6 and Nasty Girl. Look at that, $5 for the original. I think we got this at the second-hand market, didn't we? They're only like $5 each, so paid the same thing, but that's, yeah.
You paid too much.
Nasty. Oh, come on. Paid $20, it's not enough. But, yeah, this isn't on Paisley Puggers, it's just Warner Brothers, yeah. And the absolutely stunningly gorgeous Vanity was in it. And there she is there. Yeah, nice song that is. And Technotronic and Pump Up the Jam. There you go. Very flimsy vinyl, this one. It's almost like a wafer. Yeah, very thin. So that's it's on Possum. Yes, that's an Aussie press. Pump Up the Jam from Technotronic. So I'll probably get a few sniggers, but who cares? This is Colette, who was a bit of fluff in the 80s. This will be Everlasting Love. I don't think you see many of these around. It was in nice condition, so why not? So yeah, bit of good stuff from Colette. And in a similar vein was, I think these are Aussie. The band, yeah, Euphoria. They had this song called Love You Right, which this is. And yeah, if you watch the video, she does this really long note, and then she sort of does this funny face at the end because she sort of thinks she can't get the note out or something. But yeah, it's really, really well done. But yeah, like I don't know if it's a white label or not. It was very plain, so it could be. But it's on EMI. I think this is about 90, 91, something like that. So Euphoria and Love You Right. And this band, utterly brilliant. Yeah, I wish I had more of their stuff, but some of it's not easy to find, and that's Straight Jacket Fits. And these are a New Zealand band, or they were a New Zealand band, and this is Bad Note for a Heart, the 12-inch single on the yeah, well-known New Zealand label, Flying Nun. And how good's this video? It's just genius. Yeah, it's got a guy that's like an old war veteran or something, and he's holding a heart, and there's this utterly stunning goth girl who we don't know her name, because the guy gets a credit but not her. But yeah, really good song, and they've got that, yeah, Down in Splendor's a stone cold classic, but yeah, I've got it on 7, but I can't get the album Melt, which is what these came from, but the originals are pretty expensive and you can't find, and plus apparently the represses aren't all that good, so I'm holding off until I find an OG, but yeah, to get a 12-inch of Bad Note for a Heart was pretty good.
It'd be interesting to see what they say in that book you've ordered, the New Zealand music scene.
Yeah, that'll be
Interesting.
something for later on. Yeah, because
Exactly.
that's
Sorry, won't spoil
yeah.
it. No spoilers.
It could be just before them. Yeah, I think they repressed it, but yeah. And Utterly Adore Yellow, Boris Blanca D to Maya, of course, and this is of course on Lying, the 12-inch for that, and a bit of, to finish off, a bit of sort of hardcore, The Birthday Party, Nick Cave, and this is Nick the Stripper. Very, very subtle vocals, isn't it, Doug? Yeah, Nick really gets into it, so yeah, nice one to find. Beautiful condition. Yeah, don't think it was cheap either, but who cares? But yeah, this is yeah, a nice one.
Must have.
Yeah, 12-inch of The Birthday Party, and Nick the Stripper. So there you have it. There's a few that we've got. I know there's a few more that we just didn't get around to finding or whatever. But yeah, at least I'll be able to catalogue all them now that I've sort of done that. And yeah, Arnold the Bat will say goodbye, and got to have something to drink because it's so hot here. Yeah, so
sunnies.
I don't know where they went. Yeah, so until next time, yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.